Welcome on in, everybody, to Mimic Loaf. Tonight we're going to be playing Adventures in the Astral Sea, session number 75. This is kind of like a makeup one because we didn't do it last week. I will be away for the next 2 weeks, so we won't have one in our normal slot next week. Anyway. Yeah. I think that's really it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How do we do this?
How does one? Cool. Well, with the Drew, let's get into it. One.
Alright, so start of next session we went I've got to do the sponsors. So
They sound so happy about it.
Happy Joe and Co. Long-time sponsor of the show. Much love to them. If you go to stabbyjoeandco.com and use code Mimic5, you get 5% off your order. And then our other sponsor is Dubby. They make a jitterless energy blend thingy that you can buy from them. And if you go to their website, w.gg, and use code MimicLoaf, you get 10% off your order. So thank you to our sponsors. The recap. So we started off the session heading to Ooze and Oddities, which was the hideout base thing for the Drip Spire Collective. It was like covered in like a gross green slime on the outside and the inside, and it turned out that Lorvix, who is the captain of the crew, was the gross green slime on the walls and the outside. So he offered us to do a test. Sol passed easily. Zil failed spectacularly. And now he's got a little tracking glob of ooze in his body somewhere. They went from there to the Vinyl Fang, which was the hideout for the what they call it, Amp Wreckers. They kind of bummed around there for a bit, and then John wanted to join a Battle of the Bands thing, which the party ended up joining and barely passed the test. Once that had finished, Azoth, I believe he breathed Grim's symbol on the wall using his ice breath, and everyone kind of started freaking out a lot. And so we ran through Leviathan back to the monster's heart, and Azoth sat on the throne, revealing Leviathan to be like a planet-sized Spelljammer. And that's what happened last session.
No end scene.
End scene.
That's better.
That's better. Cool. So that is where we're going to pick things up. So you guys are having beaten down the door of the monster's heart, the centralized like meeting tavern for the group. You guys had a quick conversation with Bosun 3 Knot. And yeah, chaos is still kind of reigning throughout the streets. You hear riots, you hear smashing of windows, people screaming, all that kind of stuff. What did you guys want to do?
Oh yeah.
Boss man looks at Azoth.
You gotta help him up.
I believe I had already picked him up and started trying to help him out.
Yeah.
Azoth, apologize.
He was in the way.
I'm going to use a cure wounds on him just to help him up a little bit.
Cool. He kind of like gets to his feet and he's like, "What's going on?" He just kind of like looks to the rest of the group, kind of like looking outside slowly and concerned.
I'm just going to turn to the party and go, do we tell him directly?
Straight up.
Our good friend Azoth here is in fact Grim.
He just kind of like looks you up and down.
We
Be
are
up and down.
also we are going to hopefully use this opportunity to rally some people against a coming threat.
I assume you mean the Myriad.
And the king, yes.
Well, no offense, but good luck rallying the pirate captains. There hasn't
You do
been
not believe that
there hasn't been a
Don't believe in-
leader since Grim. And
well, if Grim has returned, would he not be able to rally the pirates again?
he kind of like looks at Azoth and continues speaking. This, no offense, does not look like Grim.
I'll do the exact same thing that I did with the frost breath, but do it on like the floor of the bar.
He kind of
I just sit back down and lean back into it.
he kind of like nods a little bit slowly and kind of goes, "That is the symbol, yes. But again, you would have to convince the captains." Yes?
I'll just say that we have already gone to a bunch of the captains or the pirate crews hideouts and gotten in their captain's good graces. So we have a bit of sway. Also, Azoth is the only one who can sit on the throne.
Yes. That is very interesting. He kind of like scratches his throat a little bit and kind of like brushes off some of the dust off his shell and shoulder from being knocked to the floor. He then continues and says, maybe we ought to call the captains then. He then walks towards the bar and pulls like this small little lever. What you hear is like almost like the sound of a exploding firework shooting through a hollow pipe, and then this big large explosion in the air, creating this like shadowing pretty much everything in sight in this like red kind of hue light. As that happens, the riots outside seem to kind of get muffled into more of like an uneasy silence. You guys, the riot outside starts to muffle and become a little bit duller. Threeknot then, after pulling the lever, kind of looks to you and goes, I have pulled the emergency meeting. They will be here soon. Please, feel free to get comfortable.
Azoth's already sitting on the throne.
Leans into it all.
My chair. I have a chair.
I have a chair. I have a chair.
I sit on the dragon skull that's hanging above it.
Cool.
Azoth?
I'll just
Now that we are here, he's going to turn to Threek and say, would you perhaps know where the vault itself is located? Grimm's vault. I'm going to look at Azoth unless you were given the information yourself from your alter version, I suppose.
mm,
Um,
no, I don't tend to give much away from myself.
would it perhaps be worth investigating the vault itself?
Well, legend says the vault just floats adrift in the astral sea. The
you
legend
know
says it is nothing but a doorway.
Would you know where this doorway is? Is there any way to track said doorway?
Nobody has really found it in quite some time. It could literally be anywhere.
That was the last place.
The
Yeah, I
last
say from up top. Yeah, who saw it? Surely pirates would have seen it, right? Right? Right?
Well, there are some sightings here and there, yes. I believe the last one was, or at least the last rumor of one was in between Zesto and Terra Machina. Sightings here and there.
Hey, Turtle Man.
Yes.
What's on Ganado?
Well, Ganado is... let me just get my notes. It's a large farming colony. It is one of the main food growing sources for the Oilmore Empire.
And Yogan? Does Yogan and Ganado kind of go in between Terramacula and Zesto?
They seem to share the same orbit structure. But yes, eventually they would go between.
I don't really know any of you guys that well. I'm just following along, and man, this is going to be a story whenever I get back to my crew. But, what if the door moves?
The door does move.
Not like inwards, outwards, like a normal door, like on wherever it is.
Yes, it does. It floats through the astral sea.
You seem to know a lot.
I do, yes. You running the monster's heart, you hear all type of stories and rumors.
Insight check. I'm curious if he's like just heard rumors, or he's been there, or he's seen other things.
Give me an insight check.
That's a good start. It's a natural 1 for a total of 13.
Still beats what he rolled, so he
Wow.
It's like he knows more than he's letting on.
How old are you?
About 150.
Damn. Okay.
And did you personally know the previous Grim?
That when you say that, when you ask that, the doors that you guys had just like propped up, like kind of crash open, and in storms a half orc giant, sea salt clinging to kind of like his cloak. He kind of like brushes it off and just leaves it at the door. There is a iron hook. Glinting in the dim light, his voice as harsh as the ocean itself. He says, "By thunder and tide, you rabble nearly tore Leviathan apart. The city bleeds because of fools." And he kind of like looks at the lot of you. And you guys see Ralmar, Tidebreaker, Bloodhook step into the tavern. He kind of like makes his way over to, there's like a small section now that you guys are like in kind of the more meeting space and there's no denizens, no patrons around. You see that there is almost as if there are segments around Grimm's, like the chair, the large chair that that somewhat resemble the different pirate captains. He heads over to like this wooden, almost looks like the inside of a ship, and it's got like its own little bar area, and he kind of just like sits down on one of the stools and is just like watching your group. Yes, Azza?
Azoth will adjust in his chair and just kind of face in his direction and say, "We caused this to provoke action. I can't be held accountable for your crew's short-sightedness."
This ain't my crew's short-sightedness. And he just kind of, you see him get
They're
snarky.
Are they the ones out there causing chaos, killing each other?
My crew knows better than to cause chaos and kill innocent life. You better watch your tongue, Dragonborn.
We're going to need more of that and that anger.
Bosun just kind of goes, welcome, Ralmar. What was your question? Sorry. You're looking at John for your question.
Oh. Did you know the previous Grim by chance?
No, Grim was quite a while ago. He disappeared easily more than 400 years ago. So it has been...
Insight.
Yep. Give me insight.
I think it's like a 23.
He's on the level.
Okay.
I've heard stories, and my family, my great-great-great-grandfather, I believe, was part of his crew.
Interesting.
I
Well-
guess, yes?
Any idea how long the meetings usually take to set up?
Well, each pirate, and then as soon as he continues speaking, you guys begin to feel somewhat warm, almost as if somebody had lit a campfire in the center of this room. It starts becoming warm, and then it just becomes uncomfortably hot, as like a furnace gust kind of rolls through the area. you see etched with glowing magma veins where is it? Hold on, I've got to make sure I'm getting the right guy. No, where is he?
Ethan, your camera, by the way.
I think he's fixing it. Cool. You see like a Goliath come through, etched with glowing magma veins, shoulders his volcanic hammer, as if it was a child's toy, and kind of steps into the room. And he says, "The ground quakes with more than riots. I smell greater fire coming, and I intend to see it burn." And he just like thuds his way over to like this volcanic area. You see this larger chair, not as big as Grimm's seat, covered in like what looks to be volcanic rock. As he sits down, veins of fire begin to like fill the section that he sits in, almost creating like this dim light and this warmth. He kind of like looks over the group and goes, "So who called this meeting?"
All four hands point to Azoth.
Yeah, I just look at the guy sitting in the chair.
The chair.
That's
The chair.
Azoth will like nod and say, "Welcome."
He kind of nods his head in like respect somewhat. He then continues and looks at Threeknot and says, "Could this not have waited a day?" And Threeknot says, "With things that are happening outside, I thought it would be best to pull the emergency lever. Welcome, Ignis." So this is Ignis Moltar, the leader of the Embervein Covenant. As he kind of sits down in that conversation...
Sorry.
What?
I was just going to say Flamio Hotman.
Flamio Hotman. As he kind of sits down, a shimmer of starlight kind of proceeds down from one of the windows that is like on the top of the roof. Wings folded and eyes glimmering with distant galaxies. A tiefling woman kind of like apparates almost as if coming out of the veil. Tiny motes of light orbit her like drifting stars. And she kind of she comes down and goes, "The skies ripple, the mother's myriad approaches, and its thread stretched across the void. But we are flies in its web unless we act." She kind of like looks at the lot of you. She gives like kind of like this nice warm, you know those people that you, I don't know, like she gives off this energy that she's good with animals. You know those kind of people? Like, yeah.
The horse girl.
Not a horse girl, but like she gives off this vibe. She's just this calmness but understanding like feel, if that makes sense.
I am really good with animals and I am not a calm person in life. I think you can use calmness.
You look like a witch.
No, but I mean,
witches
like,
get along with animals, so
calmness in the respect of the animal, like, you know, like that an animal would approach them in a group as opposed to approaching something. You know what I mean? Like, she just exudes this like this calmness.
I know what you mean,
stillness.
but I'm questioning it.
I pop my head down in front of Azoth and I'm like, "You hear that? Hear that, dragon boy? The stars ripple. She's rippling." I pop my head back up.
Yeah, I agree with her, at least. Just
She kind of bows a little bit and goes, forgive me. I am Lyra. Lyra Stella Clawthorn, leader of the Void Wings. I believe you have been past our shop recently. And how are they doing?
They are doing quite well. We have them on the ship currently, away from the danger.
I'm glad. I'm very glad. And thank you again for your patronage, and thank you for looking after them.
It is our pleasure.
She
Someone
smiles.
remind me who they are?
The animals we adopted.
As a spider crawls out of my chest, fuck!
And she goes and sits in her own little section. The room becomes a little bit silent, as small little, like, other crew members of their crews start to arrive and kind of fill the seats around them. The noise begins to elevate a little bit as each crew member is having their own little chats. Each captain is having their own little talks with their crew, like all that kind of stuff. Bosun then looks to the rest of your group and goes, yes, they will all be here soon. We are expecting another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, another 8. Azor?
I do probably owe you an apology for my entrance. I hope you aren't injured. Can you maybe organize a round of drinks for the captains as they come in? Maybe it might soften this news.
I will, yes. And he begins to busy himself and give a few commands to some of the other people that are rocking up that are like workers at the Monster's Heart. Like barman,
I'll
cooks,
just
all that kind of stuff.
put 5 gold. I'll just put 5 gold on the counter just to fill the first round of drinks for the time being.
He just kind of like, he waves his hand and goes, the captain's drink free. And then he continues to
I grab
do
4
his
drinks
stuff.
for myself.
He looks at you and goes,
Out of all of the people in the group, you're not a captain.
they will,
I don't know what I am.
if you want those drinks, you will have to pay for them. Like I said, the captain's drink free.
Sol takes
I
one
leave.
because he's technically a captain.
Let
Just
me
hold them,
be
you don't drink
more
them.
specific. The pirate captains that run Leviathan drink free.
Sol puts it back after the clarification.
Yeah.
I'd leave 1 gold down just to fill the gaps
Yeah.
that
Cool.
some of the crew might leave.
It's more than enough. Yeah, cool. As you put them back, you feel like this uneasy presence that kind of takes one of the bar stools next to you. What was your character's current name? Sorry?
Twitch.
Twitch. I was like, it's a streaming service. I just forgot which one it was.
Bingy.
Bingy.
Tumblr.
YouTube Premium. Yeah, you kind of feel like this uneasy presence as like this gentleman sits next to you. It kind of as you kind of like turn to look at him, your nose fills with roasted flesh, the smell of roasted flesh and iron. He kind of like looks at you, Charpok, and goes, my friends, you've stirred the stew well tonight. Blood in the
Sorry, have we met?
streets. Fear in the air. A feast for us all. But there is meat yet greater on the horizon. He kind of looks at
You
you
hitting
with...
on me?
with confusion as you notice the rest of you notice this is Frollo, Graveplate, Crowfeast, the leader of the Gullet Guild. He out of a bag he pulls like this suspicious looking chunk of meat and then just like puts it in his mouth, just like watching you twitch. Would you like some?
I'm sorry. I know I swing and all, but I don't swing that way.
He kind of, his eyebrows go to a confused look.
Sorry, I'm Twitch. Have we met?
If I'm down the bottom near him, I'll be like, he changes personalities. Don't take this to heart.
He looks at you, John, and just licks his lips and goes, I would have so loved to taste you, but alas, it was not meant to be.
Oh, I'm sorry. He doesn't want to chase me. Go straight to the other one. Okay. I'll run off.
Perhaps next time. And when I turn away from him, I'm like doing these ones.
And he kind of like slinks off the chair and slinks up towards you, Azoth, and he goes, did you want some more meat?
I'm not saying no forever, but no now. But I'll like dap him up.
He daps you up. My boy!
Can we roll for dap? How loud it is?
Yeah, roll for dap. Go on, give me a D20.
All right. Natural 20.
It's the
crisp dap.
dappiest, the crispest, dappiest dap you've ever seen.
I'm not going to get another one of those for a while. That's
Um,
good. I'd be used to that. That's really
You
good.
notice as you guys kind of exchange words, the rest of the captains kind of like stop midway through their conversations, their individual conversations, and kind of give you a look, somewhat confused look, because a somewhat confused look.
Okay.
And
Do
then-
we have Ophelia with us?
I believe Felia's on the ship.
I
Back on the
have
ship?
been sleeping for the last like 3 sessions.
Yeah.
I
She's
don't know.
gone.
Ophelia-
She's been gone
Oh.
3 sessions.
She's
You're
on
your
ship.
father duties.
Because that new creature that we got,
Yeah.
which name escapes me, is hanging out with Ophelia.
Yeah.
Soul's mistress.
I'm with you.
Helpful.
Thanks for parenting our child for us.
Child. Yeah, she's taken care of. She's got friends. She's not lonely. It's all fine.
Free godly childcare.
She'll know how to steal real well by the end of it.
Exactly right.
A rogue dragon. Fantastic.
Yeah, as the conversation begins to rear up a bit, you hear this like ding 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 kind of get like louder and louder as this like bass riff kind of begins to fill the room. Then stepping through the door, you see a band of a bunch of different races kind of come in. Their leader kind of like rips this massive electrical cord and then swings the guitar up over his back on like a big sling. And he kind of like struts in. You can hear like the sound of his leather boots and all of like the hanging metal cords, the hanging metal bolts, everything like that jangling as he steps in. And he kind of goes, "Chaos in the streets! Chaos in the skies! Music to my ears!" And he kind of steps in. Let me find his... Where is his? There. Yeah, this... what is he? He's half... I think he's Gith. Yeah, with this big red mohawk, this really intense look on his face, bunch of just tattoos down one side, wearing like this vest and tattered. He's full punk rock. Like, you just imagine punk rock. That's what he looks like. He kind of gives you guys a nod and a little like salute thing as he walks into the section. You notice his section seems to be a little bit raised, almost as if it's a stage, and he just like starts like playing music, filling what was left after the conversations and the dull noise, filling that spot with just noise. It's not necessarily any good. It's like a little bit trashy and off tune, but it fills the gap.
I find a triple X jug and start.
So Squeal Thunderlash Volta, the leader of the Amp Wreckers, joins in. The place is
I might go over.
Yep.
Sorry, I might go over to him and just do that salute kind of back and just say, I got the impression that you enjoyed a little chaos, so I thought I'd commit to the role.
Chaos is great! It's like music!
I had no intention of stealing your show, and I'll dap him up.
He daps you up. Roll for dap.
13.
Cool. It's a fairly decent dap. You notice that
It's no 20.
it's no 20 dap, and Frollo feels like he's closer to you now. But Squeal gives you the dap, and then you notice again the other captains, except for Frollo, kind of give you that interesting quizzical look.
Okay. I will approach, was it Lyra?
Yep.
I'll approach Lyra and give like a bit of a poorly executed bow from Azoth.
She
and
kind of
just
she
say,
reciprocates.
Thank you. Thank you for providing such a great experience and for providing my party some new pets to take care of and to show them great experiences.
You are more than welcome. Just make sure you take good care of them. That's all I ask.
Of course we will. And I can appreciate that you can see the danger of the situation. It's good to know that people are taking it seriously.
Yes, well, I just fear for all of those creatures that have gotten mixed up into this mess.
We'll take care of all of them that we can, and I will reach for a polite dap, like a...
Give me a persuasion
The
check.
most respectful of daps.
Yeah, persuasion check?
Yeah.
Yeah, yikes. They're not good. Like 5?
5. She just kind of goes. She just looks at your hand and she kind of gives you a nod.
Yikes.
Fair enough. We'll get there, and I'll go back to the.
Cool.
Big ew.
Yeah, big ew. You guys feel like almost as if the whole place like sways slightly from side to side, and you notice a small little flock, probably about 2 or 3 ducks, begin to waddle in from the front door.
It's the quacking.
As the quacking.
The quacking.
The quacking. As they kind of like waddle in, you begin to feel these thuds of heavy footsteps following behind them. And you see one of the first things you see is these large set of sharp, jagged teeth, barred in a grin, that at first glance looks more predator than ally. You see a massive harpoon up against, like, strapped to his back. You see a large, what can only be described as a large half shark, half giant steps in to the room. He kind of like hushes the ducks towards Lyra, Lyra like kind of accepts them into her little grouping, and kind of you see a bunch of her crew like feed them with bread and stuff. He then kind of almost as if changing moods goes into like this scowl and begins thudding his way into the meeting area.
Doesn't speak to anyone.
No, he just goes straight to his meeting
I
area.
will get a drink, and I will take it over to him personally and put it on his table in front of him.
He looks at it and
just
goes,
nod to him.
"What it is?"
Alcohol, good for the emotions.
He just looks at it. Only drink seawater.
My apologies. I bow, pick it up, and I bring back a glass of salt water.
He just like full chugs it down and splashes it all over his face.
It is nice to be graced with your presence, sir.
Give me a persuasion check.
While he's rolling, bread is not good for ducks. Don't give ducks bread.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Oh, all right. Well, Lyra would know that, and they go to feed him them bread,
exactly.
and she like
No.
swats their hand, and
She's a
she's like,
faker.
"It's not good for ducks." But these are mystical ducks. They've got a magic stomach that can eat
Bread
bread.
is not good for anybody anymore.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, cigarettes aren't good for humans, but
And we're not giving them out
Also,
to humans.
I like how the person talking about how the bread isn't good for ducks is gluten intolerant.
Exactly. I know all about what bread isn't good for. I'm not gluten intolerant. I'm celiac now.
Oh, I see that. Jesus.
I got my
Persuasion is
suspicious diagnosis.
21.
Cool. He kind of like looks you up and get down and goes. He puts his large hand out that dwarfs yours.
I summon the astral hand, so it's about the same size as his, and give it a smack.
Cool. He like smacks back and goes, "Me toggle."
John.
Puny John.
Wait until you see me angry. I'll give you a run for your money.
Sounds fun. And he pokes you in like the stomach with his large meaty finger.
I'm going to take 1 hit point of damage because John has 9 strength.
everyone's flirting in this bar.
Well, I mean, they're doing their
horrible.
job, right? Cool.
Press the button and I opened up elements. And now I've been confused about what I've done.
You begin hearing small little voots, 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 as metal claws and mechanics begin to scrape the floor before a small little figure emerges. You see what can only be described as a half goblin, half machine, made of scavenged plating and sparking limbs. This is the next pirate captain.
Oh, he's just a little guy.
Yep. Quite beefy for a goblin. And like I said, covered in like metal plated armor. You see like little things that let off steam and just kind of go every once in a while, creating a little bit of atmosphere around him. He then speaks and he goes, "City riot, inefficient, resources wasted. Better to strip the bones clean before the spider does it for us." And he kind of like, and heads over to this large section of the place that is like almost as if like it's just made out of corrugated sheets of iron, just like slapped all over the wall with like some gears and shit, all like stuck to it. That is Thrax Rustbane Grindclaw. the leader of the Cog-Rotted.
Didn't we go to them? Or was that not the one we went to?
Which
Where was
did.
the floating wrench? Which one was that?
That was the
That was
Cog-Rotted.
them.
Oh, but
Yeah,
we
we
didn't
went
meet
there.
him.
No, we didn't meet him, but we went to his thing.
Cool.
Question. Now that there's a couple of them,
Yep.
have we noticed that they've started congregating in like specific groups, like certain people are mingling with certain other people, or they're just separated at the moment?
They're all kind of separated, but give me a perception check.
I believe that's a 14.
Okay, so you don't overly, because there's a lot of stuff happening. You don't overly get who's speaking to who, but you do notice there seem to be like a couple of runners, so to speak, that go to a captain and then will go to another captain, and you assume they're communicating with each other, but not. You kind of can't figure out the pairings of who's aligned with who.
I'm gonna keep like a bit of keep it in my peripherals and try and keep track of who's doing what.
Cool. That's when I believe it was Zil had the Plorvix thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you begin to feel like this retching in your gut, almost as if something is like pulling out, and seeping through the floorboards into his section. You just see that large, multi-eyed, green, sharp-teethed individual, and you just kind of, and then stepping out of him, multiple people of his crew, all covered head to toe in green slime, just kind of like step out of him, almost as if he's like some sort of gelatinous cube.
Gross.
Yeah, very gross. And for those that don't know, that is Plorvix the Slime Mind, the
Zil's
captain
just gonna sit there and take it.
of the Drip Spire Collective. Yes, that's all.
Azoth will approach and just look at like Zil, and then look back at the captain and just be like, I appreciate you giving me some extra ammo to make fun of this one later down the track.
My pleasure.
I go to like dap him up, but hesitate, and then I'm like, commit, and I'll try to dap him up.
He doesn't dap, but his hand just like engulfs yours and like goes straight through, leaving like this thick ooze on your hand. But give me a d20 for dap, because it seems to be
His hand has a hand hole in it.
Yeah, legit.
Is this the 19?
You're dapping pretty well. Pretty well. Again, the rest of you
when
notice. Yep.
You know when you slap jelly and it makes that
Yeah.
like, really loud.
Yeah. Yeah, you notice the leftover goo that's on your hand kind of like drips to the floor and then just like slowly makes its way back into Plorvix. You do notice the rest of the captains do kind of give that weird look at you all again when you're dapping them up. Yes, Azor?
Is Ali still asleep on my shoulder, or is she awake at this point? Don't know.
That would be down to her.
But I don't know if I got rid of another level of exhaustion.
Sure, we'll say you did. We'll say you've been healed up. Since you guys got here, you've been healed up and good to go.
Okay.
Wakes up to this. What the fuck?
Yeah, wakes up to
That's
multiple
okay.
captains being in the room.
I'm very confused.
I like shake her awake. Hey, I'm maybe in over my head. I might need you awake for this.
Fuck. What
Good
do you
morning.
want me to do? I can do
Keep
it.
an eye out. Keep me sane. Make sure it maybe like, you know that time, multiple times where you stabbed us, your team, and your friends. Maybe just do that when I say something dumb, because that'll happen eventually.
Oh, I can definitely do that. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
John's going to do like a round of drinks to like the captains and walk around and offer to see if anyone wants some. Just because I see the runners passing messages to each other, John's going to like come and he's going to go to Tidebreaker. He's going to drop a beer off to him. And just say, sorry for the wait, but we are hoping to get the meeting started.
Yeah. And he just like pushes the beer away from him, and then like it splatters to the floor. I take no drinks from you.
Fair, but do not like to be a wasteful person.
And he spits on your face.
I'm kidding.
Grabs a vial real quick.
Yeah.
Deflect missiles. Whoop.
I mean, if you'll let me, I will.
No.
No. No. John will just clean the mess up.
Cool. He just kind of like, a bunch of his crew kind of laugh at the idea of of him spitting on you.
Wait, was that the big fire dude that you were just...
Nah, that was the Goliath.
The Goliath orc.
Oh, the first one. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves.
No.
No, you said something. You ruined it.
He asked for fun. We're gonna have fun.
We're gonna have
This is
fun.
time.
Because I think I forgot to add the captain. Where is it? Yeah, I do not have the art for it. That's interesting.
MS Paint, real quick.
MS Paint, yeah. The next person that rocks up is from the Helios Seekers. You guys, I think, have met him. Have you guys met the leader of the Helios Seekers?
Pretty sure I went there and intimidated them into giving me their shit.
Yeah,
That was
think you
the
did.
first one I went to, I'm pretty sure.
Well, let's say for this particular instance, because I don't have art for some reason. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Let's say he rocks up. Okay. So, stepping into the room is that light elemental. That kind of he nods at like heads pretty much almost as if programmed to head straight to Bosun and says, and just like looks at him for a second, and then Bosun goes, "Understandable. You can be proxy for this one." And he kind of nods, and then the elemental just kind of stands there, nods, and then just begins floating towards this Helios Seekers section, only stopping to be in front of Sol, like gives this very mechanical bow, and then floats back into that section.
I just muttered to myself so that whoever's using it as proxy can hear, like, disappointing.
Sassy soul.
Sassy Sol. You guys then see a swirl of paint, painted light ripple across the skin of a person that steps in. It kind of drifts around her like a mural, tattoos shimmering. You do know this female. This is Mela Brushstroke Veldrin. She kind of goes, "Even chaos paints a pattern. Tonight the brush was wild. Tomorrow it will be very precise. The question is, who will guide the stroke against the spider?" And she kind of like looks at everybody in the group.
I look at Azal.
I look around. Oh, me, I guess, maybe. And I'll go get her a drink.
She happily accepts it. She also slides up to Twitch and says, "I've been thinking a little bit about your request. I've got a small little job off planet that I'm sure if you, or you and your group, I should say, if you are up to the task, I could definitely work my ink magic and slash a lot off that tattoo you're after."
Great. Love tattoos. Love pointy things going into my skin. Who are you, glowy-eyed ink lady?
I'm gonna don the astral mask and I'm gonna send a whisper to him that only he can hear and go, I'll explain this soon. Sorry, John, the cloaked one, black cloak, down here, waving at him. Hi. Yes. I will explain it to you soon. She's offering you something very valuable for a small job. I'll explain it to you shortly. That other you did this thing. It's hard to explain.
Just like at JB Hi-Fi, I hold my ear while this is happening, mate. Oh, sorry, my conscience was just talking to me. Sure, love jobs. Yeah. What tattoo? Remind me.
Was it not the sword one?
Yes, love swords. Sharp. I'll take it. What's the job?
We'll talk after. And then she kind of gets up with her drink and takes it to her little section, which pretty much looks like a tattoo parlor. Like there's the lie down benches. There's a bunch of like little movable carts that have the different inks and have like cleaning supplies and everything on there.
Okay. I walk over to John and be like, was she flirting with me? Is that... I'm so confused.
I mean, possibly. I can't tell. I'm not very good at it. But she's offering you something that's worth tens of thousands of gold, if that accounts for anything.
Cool. Sure. I'm sure this body wants it.
It might.
I need absolute certainty here, human boy.
It will, or in any case, it will be greatly valued among the crew.
Perfect. Crew. I know how to do crews. Okay. And I go over and I perch on top of the throne where Azoth is, like Spider-Man.
Like Spider-Man, fair.
Upside down kiss moment, please.
I don't know how this flirting thing works, but I kiss you on the cheek.
Oh,
Cool.
straight up.
I don't know what I'm doing. Twitch is weird.
It isn't long until the last member of the captains rocks up. The chamber almost, like the temperature in it almost drops a little. Skeletal boots echo, hollow eyes burning with hate. Behind him, a trail of spectral warriors flickering in and out of existence. This is what you see join into the room. What can only be described as a human skeleton, with small amount of clothing, large spiked shoulder pads. Like I said, his eyes burning with flame. You can see sparks of flame shudder and explode inside of his rib cage. He walks in with like dead silence. You notice like a bunch of random crew members give him space. He walks in alone and heads straight to his section, which is like almost bare. Like there's nothing in there, and there almost seems to be a divide. So he goes and like stands in the middle of it, and nobody gets into his section. Yes?
I take him a drink.
He just like as you walk up, he just like looks at you.
On behalf of Master Azoth, and I give you a drink.
call him Daddy Azza.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Dad's off.
A what? Saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh dear.
I do okay with those. That's like 15.
15, cool. As he kind of like looks down at you, your eyes meet his, and almost as if looking through your own soul, you hear thousands and thousands of screams from behind his eyes. But he does not respond and he does not move.
Well, like, just kind of like taking a bit. I am here if you need something. Just simply wave your hand towards me. And I will turn and leave.
Cool. Now all the pirate captains, all their envoys have arrived.
They're still like chatter.
They're still.
Are they all interacting?
They're all interacting with their groups.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, there are like runners that seem to like interact between different groups of the pirates. What we might do is we might quickly go to a quick break, and then we'll come back to the meeting. So give us a couple minutes. Please get up, stretch your legs, get something to eat, get something to drink, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight, and we'll be back very soon. Hello all, welcome back after that break. Yaxon was not feeling too well, so we're going to continue without him for now, and then we'll go from there. The room is now filled with all these pirate captains, all these different pirate crews. Otho Soul Grip Reaver was the last gentleman to arrive, the last pirate captain to arrive, and stands alone in his own section. Conversation kind of flows. A bunch of drinks are being taken out. It looks like there are being preparations made by Bosun and his group to kind of call a meeting, but for now you have time to interact.
I am gonna mosey on up to Ignis.
Ignis, yep. He kind of like sits with his hands, his large, almost, his, what do you call it, gauntlet-clad hands kind of clutching his chair. A couple of people kind of step in front of you as to stop you, and he kind of waves them off. Leaning back, he waits for you to approach.
I apologize for taking your precious time from me, but we think that getting some of the more reliable and powerful people together would be good to handle the upcoming threat. I mean, you no disrespect, but you are most likely one of the people that fit that category.
Yes, I am strong.
I would assume so. We do hope that things will go smoothly and you can return to your own worries soon hereafter.
He just kind of like scratches the back of his head, but just doesn't give you much conversation.
Is there anything I can get for you while you're here?
He just shakes his head.
Any information?
He just shakes his head again.
Well, I offer out a hand to him.
Tap him up.
He just looks at it and just nothing. Doesn't move, doesn't raise a hand, nothing.
Well, should you need something, simply give me a wave,
He
and
nods.
I will depart.
Yes, Twitch?
Doesn't look like the waving type. Hi.
Yeah, 20 minutes later, he's like, John! I need to speak to you, John!
Tell you, oh my god!
I tap Azoth on the shoulder, like, Dragon guy.
Yeah.
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 This is a pretty good party and all. Could you just quickly give me a rundown what we're about to talk about or anything? Just, I don't know if I can help or not, but yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, there is an imminent threat of a really sexy guy and a world-ending threat that's on its way. And we were trying to convince these pirate captains to be on our side before revealing that I may have, at one point, mated with a time dragon that brought me back into this time as their leader reincarnated. Are you following me?
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Ignoring the time fucking, what's the threat?
That's a pretty important part. But that's okay. We'll circle back. There is like a planet-eating, all-consuming spider queen that was then, I believe, vanquished and taken over by a really sexy guy that looks like the dude in T posing in the corner there.
Look at the T-pose. Yes, John Whiteman, butler, right. Spider thing?
Yeah, it's weird because you should kind of be familiar with it. You spent some time there, but I guess you maybe not. You, Charpok. Anyway, yeah, think about it like a giant,
Charpok?
horrific. Yes,
I know Charpok. I did know Charpok.
me too.
What?
How do you know Charpok?
Me and old crew. Gunter was a captain. A weird traveling old bloke. He kind of knew a lot, but never let us know any information. We went to take him off the Mother's Myriad.
Yeah, Mother's Myriad is what I'm referring to.
Huh. Wait, Oh, Charpok, Thrycreen. Right, this makes sense. Okay.
So like you asked for an explanation, but now I need one. So
Well, I actually had a Z flying monkey thing. Not this. I don't know how I got into this body, but I don't know how long ago. If it felt like yesterday to me, we helped Charpok get off that thing. He was trapped there for a while, and Gunter said it was important for some reason.
right.
We had another guy on the crew called Harold Thronsby. He was connected to him somehow, maybe the same way I am now. But yeah, he could kind of see through his eyes, and Charpok could see through his eyes, and led him. Yeah, Harold led us there.
Chugpok did do a lot of weird mind things. Nathan, bit of a long shot, but can I history check and see if I recognize any of those names?
Sure.
Step up roll, surely. Ooh. No, 14?
Which names were you checking on? Gunter.
The people. Yeah.
With Gunter and Harold.
Gunter rings a bit of a bell, but you're not 100% sure whether or not it's the same Gunter.
I'm gonna look over to Sol and like nod him over.
Yes.
You are so good at remembering things. Can you? And I'll say the names and see if Sol recognizes anything.
Cool.
Yeah, what do you want me to roll, Nate?
Nothing, because you're a machine.
Got him.
Gunter was the name of the musician you guys met all the way back in session 5 or 6, I believe. He's the one that told you the story of Grimm's Vault.
The Vault. Yeah.
Right.
You're not sure if it's the same
Yes,
Gunter,
we have
but that's the name that rings a bell.
met Gunter before. I think it was the same one.
Older man, mysterious, had a cowl all the time.
I'll relay like an eerily detailed rendition of what he looked like.
It sounds like the same one.
Yeah, that one.
This is weird.
This is weird.
Yeah. Last thing I remember is our ship getting torn apart, though.
Which ship? What did it look like?
That I didn't have in my backstory, Nathan.
He explains.
Like
Is it one that we
Beetle.
might all know?
He explains what the ship looks like, and it looks very similar to one of the ones that you saw while on the Mother's Myriad. One of the ones that had a that was broken in half and had an infestation of the little spider things like in one of its holes.
The whole place had an infestation of
Yeah,
them.
but like it was like a full-on nest. It was around when you guys started hearing the large spider noises.
So,
Listen.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, but Harold somehow knew exactly where Charpok was. Almost like leading us through the place quite easily. It was very maze-like and everything. I had no idea where we were going, but we were able to get to him, pull him out, get him back to the ship, and then shortly after that, our ship got torn apart. And
Yeah.
Did Harold die by any chance?
I think I died.
I don't think any of them made it out.
Except Chapel, which is probably why he became the champion.
Mm.
Take a deal or die. That is what I assume he was faced with.
But how am I in Charpok's head?
That is something to do with the mother, I believe.
Okay. Well, that was interesting turn of events. Twitch doesn't know how to deal with this emotion.
If you try what I if you bury until eventually it comes up through anger mostly, that'll.
Or eventually you'll not be there anymore. Charpok will be back, and then you won't have to deal with it.
So wait, Twitch won't be here?
No, you are in Charpok's body, so Charpok will return to that body, as he has a few times now.
I wouldn't panic. It's probably like painless. So
Oh, yeah, existential dread and everything, yeah. Cool.
Would you like a drink, Twitch? It's my treat.
Yeah, 4. I gotta use these arms while I have them.
Is this when I stab you?
me,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe a while ago if I'm honest, but
I'll bring in my friend. Anything, it's yours.
Thank you, John. Gonna try and remember your names while I can.
Twitch, do you mind if I ask how you feel about food? Like, do you have a driving force to get to it as soon as possible, quicker than others, or?
I mean, love fresh fruit. Sometimes
be
veg.
fine.
You know, the whole thing. But, you know, meats, yeah. I don't like killing things too much unless it needs to die.
So, how do you think we keep this one?
I do not know if that is possible, but we could certainly try. Maybe if Charpok appears, we just bonk him on the head again.
We just say, shoot, go away.
Maybe it's like a rotating roster. We just keep hitting him on the head until Twitch comes back.
Russian roulette personality. Fuck.
I'm a little curious to see what else would come out, but
Nathan.
Shock therapy
Yes.
Twitch into being the main personality.
I down a couple drinks and I try and with Twitch's head, he tries to remember back to where he died and where his body ended up to see if it's somehow, because obviously it might still be just dead, it's gone, or in my mind it could be still in the mother's
Doing
myriad.
this just in your head.
Yeah, I'm just thinking to myself.
We just Charpok and
give-
just mutter words out loud.
give me a history check.
I love those. Does Twitch know how to fucking guide himself?
I don't know, does he?
Probably not. Yeah, nah, that's gonna be a 5.
Cool. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Nah. 14.
Cool. You don't remember much of any location. As you kind of like lose yourself to like thinking, you remember the ship crashing. You remember an explosion. You remember the feeling against your back, as if you were being dragged. And then you remember intense pain. And almost as if like an elastic band snapping, Charpok jumps back into your own body.
damn it.
Ah!
Oh,
Right now. Shoo! Shoot, go away!
hammer.
No,
Smack
what?
him on the head.
I'm here. Hello? What? What just happened? Why am I perching on your throne?
We have a theory that if we hit you on the head, you will change again.
Do you want to try it?
Chapo's kind of curious. Wait, is this gonna hurt? Is this gonna hurt?
Oh yeah.
No.
Most
Yeah.
likely.
No, no.
No, it will be
How many
fine.
insight checks I have to roll? Okay, fuck it. Hit me.
Well, actually, maybe I won't use the hammer. Maybe I'll just smack him. I'll dap him up in the face.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Roll a face tap. Was that unarmed strike? I guess?
Yeah.
I'm gonna. He'll have advantage because I'm allowing it.
Yeah. I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
Natural 20.
That's not. That's a 23 total though.
Yeah, hits.
Hits? Yeah. So what's your unarmed strike damage?
9 bludgeoning
9.
damage.
Cool.
Ow.
He whacks you real hard across the face.
Ho!
You just take the 9 points of damage.
Oh, dear.
Is Charpok still here? I'm still here. Okay.
Interesting.
Just look around to the captains and see what they're.
Chapak, where do you go when you're not in your body?
Kind of like a void, but it's like I know, playing on the character and everything, but I see lots of webbing and silver lines around, and it's almost like an endless water slide, but it's very jagged. So instead of curves, I just hit corners, and I just keep on bouncing.
Can you tug on the webs?
I've tried.
Can you see where they go?
I mean, I've tried in the past. It hasn't gone so well, but every now and then I can grab onto something.
The one that was just here was your companion Twitch.
Twitch
From your crew.
Twitch.
He told us about your ship crashing on the Myriad when you went to save a guy whose name I've now forgotten. Starts with a H, whatever his name was.
Ah, Harold. Yeah, I was connected to him for a while. And then Twitch. Oh, Monkey Boy. Yeah.
Yes. He was in charge of your body temporarily.
Oh, he flung poo at me once.
I love him even though.
Did you
Well,
deserve
probably
it?
deserved.
I
Let's be
mean,
honest.
yeah, fair. But okay, he was a part of.
I'm curious whether you have access to more, I guess, constructs or people that existed, people that were one with the Myriad at some point.
I mean, everyone that I've been connected to in the past has been killed or taken or hurt by the Myriad before. Like, remember that guy that was like the Western guy? He was killed on his planet.
Cletus.
Yeah. So, maybe whoever's been taken by the Mother's Myriad.
It is strange that you seem to house all of these personalities at some point.
I don't want to.
I understand that. Did you make it out of the Myriad unharmed after the crash?
I was floating through space and I was taken on board by some kind of pirate vessel. No, none of these guys. Remember those Red Baron guys? At the start of...
They were after Venos, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I got captured by them and I was enslaved by them for a while. I was just working under them. Well,
So they found you after the Myriad?
yeah, they thought I was weird and they locked me up, and then they thought, oh, he has lots of arms, he can multiple things.
Interesting.
Yeah, I did die on that ship once, actually. That's why I learned I could come back.
Right. Good to know.
I love seeing Drew's face like,
Things together.
That happened?
I believe that's what Athos would be doing. He's just trying to
I definitely know what's going on. Absolutely.
but for those that don't understand, can you say that again?
But so, why do you ask? You want me to try something?
No, I'm just curious as to how you have become the, I guess, the signpost for people that have something to do with the Mother's Myriad. Why are you the one that they inhabit?
I was there for a very long time. Very long time.
It's interesting that it all connects to you, but you can't connect to it.
I had lots of dreams when I was on there. Lots of different personalities. That's how I felt like I was living my life. Just tapping into other people's memories and into their eyes and just watching.
But you can only do that when you are on the Myriad?
Well, since I've been out, I've been swapping bodies all the time. So, yeah, I guess.
Maybe next time we have some downtime, you should try.
Cool. Can someone explain what the fuck is going on here? I'll look at every single captain.
Azoth is king of the pirates now.
Haha, big shot, are we? Look down at him.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, I have a chair. Do you have a chair?
I mean, I'm above your chair.
Get off my chair.
Smacks me.
I'll repeat my
Sharp.
description of what happened again.
And Sharpok, that job that you went for the tattoo.
Oh, yeah, where is she?
She's just there. She's going to offer us something. But she said she'll talk to us later.
Excellent. Did Twitch make a fool of himself?
He was okay.
All right. Well, big shot Azoth, king of the pirates. Do your thing.
I just want you to know that Twitch leant down and gave me a kiss on the cheek up there, and I expect that. That's just a standard for us now. No, okay, it's okay. It's all right. Don't worry, stay up. No, it's okay. Stay.
No, all four hands just start going.
Oh dear. Oh no. What are the captains doing?
So they're all kind of like talking amongst themselves. You see Bosun kind of step out. He now has like this little staff that he bangs 3 times against the floor, and it echoes and kind of hushes the whole chamber. He says, "Enough noise, enough blood. The monster's heart listens. The myriad comes, the city itself stirs beneath us. Speak now, what is Leviathan's course?" And almost as if like straight into it, Ralmar speaks up, kind of getting up from his chair. You hear it like creak against the floor. And he goes, "Leviathan is a prize. If the spider means to claim her, then we'll cut it down before it reaches the bay. We fight as pirates should, with blade and fury." Ignis then speaks in, kind of juts in and goes, "Bah, steel and fury won't pierce its chitin. We need fire. The molten heart of this world can melt its shell. Give me the hammer, and I'll break it." Lyra kind of calms them a little bit and goes, "You think too small. The myriad weaves across the stars. This is but one fang of the web. We must aim higher, or we'll swat one spider and fall to another's snare." Frollo kind of like sneaks in a little bit and goes, "The young ones proved their hunger tonight." They stirred the broth well enough to shake the city awake. I say we let them season this feast. Put the spider in their pot. Squeal then juts in and says, "Yeah! Let the kids thrash with us! Turn the myriad into feedback until its legs snap!" Thrax then speaks in and goes, "Unstable allies, inefficient variables. But chaos yields salvage. If they fall, their scraps are mine." Almost like a cacophony of like noises, shouts kind of like break out into this chamber. Plorvik speaks up and goes, "Chaos is a solvent. Poured right It dissolves webs. The outsiders may yet unmake the strands. And like you hear all these popping and bubbling from inside of Plorvix. Mila then speaks up and goes, "Their strokes on canvas tonight were messy, but bold. I'd be interested to see what kind of masterpiece they can cook up." Otho just kind of, you just hear this from the corner of the area, and then Torgal finally speaks up and goes, "Spider or no, hunt is mine. Let swim beside me if their teeth sharp enough." And then just like a whole bunch of noises, shouting, accusations, yelling throughout the chamber between different pirate crews, captains. The chamber erupts like a storm. Voices clash, each louder than the last. The crackle of Ignis's molten hammer striking the bone floor. The shriek of Squeal's guitar strings rattling the walls. You can hear Frollo's guttural laughter carrying over the area. Lyra's wings flare a little, and starlight flares with starlight as she kind of hisses warnings of the webs of the creatures, all that kind of stuff. Thrax's metal claws scrape out a rhythm of defiance. Plorvix bubbles and spits into fragments of himself, each echoing different tones, adding to the cacophony. The monster's heart itself seems to thrum beneath your feet, as if the great dragonbone Spelljammer were listening, feeding on the chaos of its gathered lords. Yes, Jarpok?
Put my hand over my tattoo hole with all my spiders so none of them come out right now because they're all talking about killing spiders. But then I cast Thaumaturgy on my booms 3 times as loud for a minute. And then I say in everyone's head, as if like a massive ringing is going across them, everyone needs to calm the fuck down and listen to Grim, who called this meeting, because without everyone working together and everyone here fighting as one, we're all going to become part of that web. And none of us are going to survive to the end of the week. Is that understood?
The room quietens down. A whole bunch of people give you like snarled looks and looks of disgust, but more or less the chamber seems quiet and listening.
All right, Dragon Lord, go on.
Guess I'll take him away.
Sculpt back behind.
Nath, how tall's the ceiling?
It's about 40, 50 feet tall.
Good to know. I'm going to grab Arlie, just sitting on my shoulder, and just say, hold on. And I will pop Giant Smite and grow to large.
Cool.
I'm gonna partial cast Erupting Earth just to shake the floor while he does it.
Drama. I love it.
So the floor shakes. You feel a couple people get uneasy. A few glasses fall off tables, creating like a sound of smashing glass. A few people upset about their spilling drinks, but more or less they're captivated by what's happening.
Azoth will look towards the group and stay silent for a few seconds before saying, "We're going to need every bit of steel, every fire, every bit of acid, every sharpened tooth for the fight that comes up. You're all correct. And you're right, we caused some chaos today. But I believe this place was chaos for a long time before we stepped foot on it. And chaos, although fun, can make for easy prey. And at the moment, I think we need to decide if we're prey or if we take the fight to them. but we need to be united.
Ralmar kind of juts in and goes, "United? Ha! I would not unite myself with someone like you." And he kind of like hucks a loogie kind of in your direction.
Don't swallow it.
John, get down, Mr. President.
Lyra kind of speaks in and goes, "Look, calm down, Ralmar. Just listen. There might be some information they have or something that might help us defend our home from this threat, like, and possibly even save some of the creatures that have been swollen by the myriad." Torgal
Chopper pops his head out and looks at Lyra. Is that curious?
What's his name? Who was it? Thrax kind of speaks in and goes, "Too many variables. Not enough show of strength." And the chamber kind of goes a little bit quiet again.
I will look to Raelma and just say, I don't want you to calm down, mate. I want every bit of that rage. I'm no stranger to it. You're going to need it, regardless of if you commit to following me or anything else. So a few of your friends have already deemed us worthy. Anything I can do to show you our worth.
Ignis kind of at the idea of leading the captains, he kind of scoffs a little bit and goes, "So what? You see yourself as the Pirate King?"
I don't see myself. I didn't for a very long time. Didn't see myself as anything, but I've lived through timelines of my friends being killed. I've seen visions of the future. I've been back in, I believe, your old leader went a little off the rails for a while, and I'm the result.
Frollo steps in and goes, "He might not look like much, but trust me, this meat sack's quite delectable."
Quite a good meat sack, I can agree.
I got a dangling meat sack.
Someone's gonna make that joke. Fucking somewhere.
All I can give you as proof is the knowledge of this symbol. I'm sure there's similarities. Surely you were prepped for someone coming to take this place at one point, and I'll sit back down in the throne. I'll shrink back to normal size. Is this not proof?
Torgal speaks up and he goes, "Why not vote?" And then everybody kind of looks at Torgal as if he'd just said something completely stupid. Like, he said something completely out of the norm of his intellectual prowess. The area erupts again in conversation, in shouts, in anger, disgust, whole bunch of just different emotions. You hear Squeal being like, "Yeah, vote sounds nice," and a few of the other pirate captains kind of agreeing. Ralmar kind of cuts through and goes, "Just so you know, little dragon-born boy, we've had 30 or so votes in the last few years. None of them come out good. Each captain kind of votes for themselves. Because, I mean, I want to be the pirate king.
Yeah, you want to be the dragon. Yeah, you do.
I want to be the dragon.
Then sit on the throne.
I'll step up and gesture.
He just kind of snuffs and scowls and goes, "Nobody sits where he sat.
I'll sit back down.
Give me an
Bitch.
intimidation roll
And
with
I
advantage.
think I get it. I think
Well, I'll give you advantage anyway, bro.
second was a natural one. Dirty 20.
Yeah, cool. Easy. You see a few people like scared, worried throughout the room. That's when Bosun kind of steps forward and from within his shell, he produces an ancient object. It's a jagged goblet carved from one of the bones, from one of the bone dragon's fangs. Rims still faintly blackened as though it once drank fire. The cup is set upon a small little like rib altar, and the veins of bone around it pulse faintly with ember light when it touches the stone. Bosun then speaks and says, Leviathan's bones thirst. The dragon does not weigh silver nor song, but blood. Each of you will cut your hand upon her shard and bleed into the dragon fang chalice. Speak the name of who you would see crowned, and the heart itself will carry your vow. By blood and bone, the king is chosen, and the dragon will remember. Yes, John?
may I, pardon me for speaking on behalf of the captains, but may I propose a change in how things were done previously, if you don't mind, looking to the captains?
They all look at you in disgust, as if you're spitting on their traditions.
Just as a thought, what if this time, instead of voting for yourself, we make it a rule to make it not possible to vote for oneself? Therefore, you must vote for someone else that you think is worthy.
Bosun kind of nods and kind of goes, that is against tradition. We would need to vote on it. All those in favor, raise your hand. And nobody raises their hand.
No.
Like, none of the captains raise their hand. And he
Can I
just
raise
kind of
4?
he just kind of nods towards he nods towards you, John, and goes, motion defeated.
Very well.
Tradition it is.
I mean, we only need one person that's not us to vote for us, and then we win anyways.
Pirates of the Caribbean rules.
Sorry, Threek. Just to clarify, how is it a majority vote? The person who gets the most votes? Is it unanimous? Or is it simply a majority of numbers? So that if 6 of them vote for us, then we become, or Azov becomes king of the pirates.
It has to be unanimous.
Fuck's sake.
Fuck. So it can't just be like 2 people vote for one person and that person
Fuck
gets
it.
it.
If we don't win the vote, we fucking take it.
He then he raises his hands and goes, let the voting begin.
Before it starts, can I look at the guy that's kind of mouthing off? What was his name? The big guy?
Ralmar.
Rolmar.
Relmar. And just kind of like lean on the chair and say, he told me no one sits where he sits. What did you think of him? What would he do now?
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, can I have him? No, it's not a throw, is it?
tiny little insect claw touches him. Guidance.
Yikes,
Whole
guidance
time
has
I've
a
been like,
D4.
guidance. I've been muted.
Guidance.
Oh, that's like 11.
Okay. He just kind of like looks you up and down and he goes, "You are not him."
And you are?
No. But I was his friend. And he pulls back a part of his like strapping almost, and underneath you see like burnt onto his skin, almost as if branded, the same mark that Azoth was
So-
producing, the same rune.
You were his friend, and you would rather see his legacy disintegrate in front of you than doing something to ensure it stays?
I am doing something. I'll take that whole myriad and blow it to bits.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Statistically, it is impossible.
I've
will
done
die trying,
more than
and your death
plenty of
would be
things others have
pointless.
said is impossible.
Well, have fun in your pointless death, my friend.
Azoth?
Do I still have the scars that I left on me during those vision things?
Yeah.
Can I sultrily reveal to see if he has any reaction?
He just kind of like
Showing the nip.
looks you up and down and he just shakes his head.
What was your time together spent doing?
Pillaging.
Don't waste your time, Azoth.
Killing.
Well, if he's anything like me, he's probably not one for words, and I'll put my hammer down and like walk towards him and just like arms out.
Arms out. like
You
for a
just need
hug?
If you like,
Like
at
a
me.
yeah, yeah, okay. I thought you meant oh.
Come
he,
here.
he leans in for a kiss.
Just need to he's putting up a big
Got it,
facade,
boys.
that's for sure.
He just kind of like "Ugh," and just like takes a few steps back.
All bark, no bite.
And he kind of like goes back to talking to a couple of the other people in his crew, and you see a couple of runners go to other captains.
The one that said no show of strength, I'd like to look towards. Say,
That
I'm
was
willing to
Ralma.
show strength. Oh, that was Ralma. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
was
was
it
it?
Thrax say that? No, it was
I thought it
Thrax
was
that
the-
said
I-
that.
I thought it was
Thrax.
someone else, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thrax?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just
Uh,
kind of like arms out reference. I'm like, I'm willing to show strength. And I'll just keep eye contact with Ralma.
Ralma just responds with, "Strength isn't always about muscles." And he just spits on,
This guy's
on your feet.
insufferable, dude. Massive small pain energy, that's for sure.
Charfog?
While this was all going down, can I speak into what was the little robotic goblin?
Yeah, I was going to talk
that
to
was
you too.
Thrax, yeah.
That's Thrax.
I'll say just in his head, Thrax went, "What variables do you need to consider? I have a lot of information." And he looks. If he looks over, I just give him a little tiny wave.
He looks over and you hear this "Voots, voots, voots, voots," as he walks towards you. He goes, "Please, what variables do you have? Maybe
I was trapped.
number, size. Those things are preliminary."
I was trapped on the Mother's Myriad for many a decade. I know the ins and outs. I have a direct connection to the Mother's Myriad's little secret line, almost like a phone call kind of situation. You know what a phone is, right? They have that in this world.
"Do you mean crystal?"
Yeah, that one. Yeah, but it's like psychic kind of link situation. But I've been there for a while. I escaped somehow. And I know the innards of it.
"How well?"
Well, do you know what a champion is of the Mother's Myriad?
He just goes, sounds interesting.
Let's just say that I was supposed to unwillingly take over that place when
So
the
y-
mother died.
So you are the enemy?
No, not at all. I don't want to be connected. This is all unwillingly. But I unfortunately have a direct line and direct connection to it. Almost like a back door into the... Yeah, let's just say a back door.
At the mentioning of a back door, he almost as if his
Fuck.
you can almost hear his like tinkering brain like thinking, like almost as if it's whirring gears. And he goes, interesting.
Now, if you are able to help us in this particular situation, this vote, maybe you can harness that backdoor energy and that direct line, and we can get better information to take it down easier. I am willing to put myself on the line so you can tinker, if you will.
Thirst for knowledge. Substantial.
Also, have you ever met a
Variables.
Thrycreen that's died multiple times over and lived past its life expectancy?
I have not.
There you go. More information for you to figure out.
What about a Warforged that remembers everything?
How would you have me vote?
Well, this needs to go in our favor, so obviously, Dragon Boy over there needs to take the seat. And believe me when I say this, if you somehow know how to peer into memories or whatever of mine, we've seen Grim. I was there for that vision.
Much to think on.
Don't think too hard. Got a lot of work ahead of you. There's lots of stuff in here for you to figure out. Perfect.
John?
I have an idea that may be perhaps crazy. I'm speaking to like our group. Maybe perhaps a bit wild. What if we don't convince people to vote for Azoth? What if we convince them to vote for Ralbar?
Fuck.
If he wants to destroy the Myriad, and therefore Bryce, is that not our goal? I mean, Azoth, if you want to try and take the throne, I will 100% support you. But if our goal is to simply kill the Myriad, we could circumvent the unanimous vote by voting him.
True.
I think a conversation with, I've forgotten her name, but the dragon lady with the sparkle wings. I think
Lyra.
I think a conversation with Lyra might be beneficial before we pull that Hail Mary, as she seems to have somewhat of a calming effect to him.
Almost empathy
She
for
is
the
able
whole
to
crew.
speak. Yeah. Maybe we try that avenue, and as a last resort, maybe that will work, but I do not trust him enough to give him that much power. We have two other great powers to deal with. We do not need a third.
This is a good point. I will go over and get Lyra and ask, if you do not mind, mistress, is there a chance that we could take your ear for a moment?
As long as you return it. And then she follows you over.
And we kind of relay, what is your thoughts on Ralmar?
He's very pig-headed and likes a battle more than anything that there is on this planet.
He seems to listen to you.
Well, when you've been through some of the things we've been through, then I guess mutual respect kind of makes things happen.
As I'm sure you have seen, we obviously do not command any respect from him at all. Is there anything we could do to quell your concerns for this vote?
Well, tell me, have you a plan to destroy the Myriad? What is the end goal? The destruction of the Myriad?
That is the goal currently, yes. We have been on it. We don't see any benefit to currently keeping it around, unless there is some greater cause that it could be used for. At this stage, it is more beneficial to be rid of it. We have Shalagoth to deal with as well. We do not need two things to think about.
And what would you have be done with the creatures of the Myriad? The harm, the how would you say, innocent bystanders in all of this?
I would not want any harm to come to them.
And what would your
I
plan for
myself
that be if you are destroying the Myriad?
Finding them a suitable home would be ideal. We have been to a few planets that have plenty of space. We know, and I motion to her, we know people that are good with animals and those of the like.
I mean, it's definitely a plan, but what, like, do you have a way to destroy the Myriad and save all of the creatures on there, or like, are you just talking in thoughts?
If you don't mind, Soul, I believe we have a way to take the Myriad without giving away too much information, as we do think that some of the information could stir some unpleasant feelings with some of the people here. But I think there is a possibility we could use the power of the Myriad to disperse the creatures. Would be an easy way of putting it.
Hell, we could even attempt in turning the Myriad itself into a safe haven, if in the right hands.
Can I run a zoo?
A petting zoo for spiders. Imagine that.
And spiders they're the zookeepers.
Yeah. She kind of thinks, and you see this look of contemplation on her face, and she goes, "Then what would you have me do? Vote for your friend or vote for you?"
Not for me. I have no interest in being in charge. I am merely a vessel of information, really. I believe Azoth would be a good leader given the chance. I have had very minimal friends in my life, and he is the longest of them. I trust that you are an intelligent individual that will make a decision that benefits yourself, as most would. But I would ask that you place some trust in us, in Azoth, and potentially try and convince your brutish companion to do the same, if that would be okay.
I can definitely try, but he's very pig-headed, like I said. I can do my best, but no promises.
I am sure your intellect will outweigh his large head.
She kind of like goes like this on her shoulder, and out of nowhere you see like this little, almost like it's like a floating star, that has like this small little beak. Like, think of like a chicken chick, but made out of like astral energy. And she just kind of like rubs it underneath its beak, and then she just goes, Ophelia, would you go and speak to Ralma for me? It just kind of
Ophelia?
goes, and just kind of like begins to spread its wings and flap over to Ralma.
Was that actually the same name as our dragon friend?
Yeah, she said Ophelia.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go. That's a lovely name. Wow.
Ollie's like.
What?
What?
Now what?
There can be only one.
Stabs the bird
The other
halfway
one
through.
is dead.
She just kind of nods and she goes, I will dwell on what you've said.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
Yeah. 17.
Cool. Easy. There's still like a cacophony of noise throughout the monster's heart. Charpok, you begin getting a headache. Small little pain begins to appear in the recesses of your head.
The race is dead.
He's
We're
crossing
coming.
dimensions. Which I'm assuming means that the Mother's Myriad is getting closer and closer.
You can assume what you'd like.
Can I insight the DM?
Sure, roll me an insight check.
I have a plus
Yeah, but
12,
he's
just
gonna
letting you
be
know.
like-
Yeah, cool.
It's a million. You failed.
26.
You have no idea.
Fuck. It was an impossible check.
Azza?
Can I think back to my visions and my time lives and all my times with old me, and see if there was any kind of quotes or any descriptions or anything that like remind me of the aggressive dude or something that he would say that might remind him of him?
Give me a history check.
13.
Cool. You don't recall any kind of detail, but you guys watch as Azoth begins to try and think of that weird like astral splitting happens, and he almost splits into three again, and then it snaps back.
Snaps back to reality.
Oh, there goes gravity. Ah!
I think Azoth maybe making a new path is the way to go in this instance. This is the timeline that apparently is the one that succeeds. Maybe utilizing the others is not beneficial.
He seems to have a lot of connection to Groom.
I hope that you will get to explore it, but maybe now is not the time.
Yeah. Who else do we have to attempt to sway?
I think just the big fire guy, right? Oh, and the fire skeleton. We haven't spoken with them at all.
What about your
I tried
solar
to
sun
interact
dude?
Nah, I fucking bullied them. They'll do whatever I tell them to do.
Gonna get a wet willy otherwise.
Yeah, bro. You couldn't even turn up, and I'm fucking the chosen one of you, God. Fucking do as I say.
Yeah, fire skeleton looks kind of reminiscent. Do you think it's worth having a conversation?
I can try. Yeah, I'll go head over to the one that looks like me, but less metal.
Cool. He stands there silently, a little bit over maybe a foot, 2 foot from your size, and then
Like bigger or smaller?
bigger.
Sick. I do not expect you to say much. I am just here to ask that you place some trust in my group and my friend Azoth. If you did have any questions, I would happily answer them to the best of my ability.
He just looks at you with silence.
Yeah, I quite admire your visage. It is quite like my my spirit that I bring forth, if you don't mind. And I'll bring up my fire spirit next to me that looks hell a lot like him.
He just stands there watching, almost unresponsive, unbroken.
Am I inside him? Is he actually there, or is this some kind of construct that's being controlled?
Go ahead, roll an insight check.
What is some more like future timey-wimey stuff, and it's just your future skeleton?
Yeah, it's my wildfire spirit, but sentient somehow.
Yeah.
That's a 27.
He definitely seems there. Like he's responding with body language, but not a lot of body language, if that makes sense. And you can almost see like the flames in his rib cage, like get larger and smaller, almost as if breathing.
I open up my chest cavity so he can see my fire inside, just to sort of show a similarity to him.
He just
You mean the
nods.
oven?
What do you got to say, Azoth?
I might walk up while he's having that interaction and just like put my hand on Sol's shoulder and just carve really quickly like a small rune. And while I'm doing that, to say, "Thank you, my friend. I always appreciate your support," and just see if he reacts at all.
He stares you dead in the eyes, Azoth.
Insight check.
Sure, insight check.
Oh, that's a natural one. I have advantage on those. Runes are so good. And yeah, there you go. Nice. I'll take that. 24.
You just watch him staring directly at you. You get this feeling of acknowledgement.
Okay.
He then lifts a bony finger and points towards, I believe, Charpok.
Oh dear.
He points the finger and then like slowly puts his hand out like that, and then almost as if conjuring it out of like almost flame esque kind of material. You see a what looks like a kebab, like a meat kebab, but like decayed and covered in maggots, covered in like mold and disgustingness, and he just like clutches it in his hands and just squeezes it.
Man, I wish there was some way to communicate with this dude. I'm so confused.
Does he want to turn Charpok into an insect
Yeah.
kebab?
Or he's
Do
talking
you-
about the myriad.
Is that your feelings towards the myriad?
Just silence.
Fuck. Well, I
Wild card. That's all we need.
yeah, of course. I mean, there was always going to be one at least.
I know.
I'm going to leave my wildfire spirit standing next to him and just say, thank you for your time. If you do have any questions, please do reach out. And I'll head off.
Can I just ask, are we missing a captain?
Yeah, there was one that he didn't have art for, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the Helios.
Is that the one?
ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Is-
why the fire spirit guy's here instead.
Yeah.
What about that guy that Charpok kept on annoying the first time?
No, that's the lieutenant of the spirit dude that we're talking, the fire dude that we're talking to.
Right, okay. So what I'm hearing is I should annoy the fire dude.
No.
Okay.
If you head over there, I'm following you.
In that
Yeah,
case,
I'm-
then he's probably actually annoyed at Charpok because what if they're like hive mind thing and Charpok's just pissed him off?
In saying that, though, I will walk past as I leave the fire skeleton guy. I'm gonna walk past the fire spirit and just say, I trust you know where to vote, in a very stern manner.
He just goes, affirmative.
And I'll keep walking.
Cool.
I think that's it. I think we see how this goes.
Ignis, we
What's
can
that?
maybe try to convince a bit more, but
I was going to say the big fire guy, right? That's the only other one that's.
yeah, it's a bit of a.
So what's the plan? You're hoping that they all vote for Grim, they all vote for Ignis, they all vote for Ralmar, because you've inferred favor with Frollo, Squeal, Plorvix, and Mela.
Possibly, yeah.
All
Possibly Lyra.
all five of those, sorry, will vote however you want them to vote. You just have to tell, like,
Yeah.
this is
I think-
obviously above game, but still in
Yeah.
game. So they
think
will
the
vote however
implication
you
was
want
all-
them to vote.
To vote for Azoth. That was my understanding of the implications.
Yeah, I just need somebody to tell me, yes, this is the
Grim.
person I want them to vote for.
Yes. I'm doing it. Yes. Azoth.
Azoth, the Grim Dragon Lord Pirate King.
Considering the conversation we had with Lyra, I don't think we could keep her word by taking Ralmar as the king,
No,
because he
it's not
just
worth
seems too aggressive.
Not worth trusting him.
We didn't talk to the tattooist, though, did we?
You did.
You guys talked to her when she first came through, and you guys had a chat, and you kind of inferred
Chalk.
favor from that.
Go do the
I
thing.
gave her a cat.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, and hence
I mean-
where the favor came from.
okay.
John,
Twitch
go
Shepherd
ask.
chat.
Go ask the shark guy. Give him some more salt water. Like, that's
gonna
not where that
bring-
came from. If we get you
I'm
vote,
gonna run over to him with a big old jug of salt water.
He chugs it down.
Is this racist or?
I'm glad to see there is some good amount. I'm not gonna say it super loudly, but I'm gonna say it rather low tone and say, good to see there's some good common sense and some well thought politics in this group.
Yes. Politics.
I love him. He's the best.
What do you think about this dragon man?
He kind of like looks at Azoth and tilts his head slightly and goes, small.
He wasn't before.
Did you see him before? He was
Oh,
large dragon.
large but small.
Do you think you could get bigger?
He like pumps his muscles a little bit and kind of touches himself and goes, yes, with food.
Give him protein.
Yes. Tell you what, I will give you the largest banquet you have possibly ever eaten. Especially if you vote for Azoth.
You funny, puny John. And he pokes you in the stomach again with his finger.
I'm gonna take that on one hit for it.
It's gonna be the meat from the crazy cannibal
yeah.
dude.
It 100% is. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Just the big fire guy who wants to tackle that. I feel like we should send Ali to speak to
Yeah.
the giant flaming man.
I'll go talk to him.
Cool. So you step up to Ignis.
Guess I'll
Again, the guards
down.
kind of like shuffle in front, but he kind of sits them away, and he's kind of like leaning forward on his chair.
Hey,
Hello.
you can talk. You did talk.
Wait, which one are we talking about? Did you go to the skull guy or the?
Yeah.
No, the
guy-
giant flaming
okay.
guy with the hammer.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
thought you were going to
excited. Let me
Ignis.
talk.
Sorry. So you're
No.
going to the skeleton guy. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
He stands there in silence.
Is that what I'm doing?
No, you're talking to
Oh,
this
the guy.
guy in the
Who am I
background.
talking
This
to?
this big guy with the hammer.
I love the vision of us like saying it and Ali going to the skeleton. I'm like, no, other way.
Other one. Okay, who am I talking to?
Look at the picture.
I
This
can't
this
look
guy.
at the picture. I'm knitting.
I'm knitting.
Is
This
that
guy.
the guy that was talking? No.
Yeah, this
Nice.
this guy's the one that wasn't talking, and
I
we've
was
already.
going to the guy that
yeah.
wasn't talking.
You're going to this guy to see
do
if
we
you
know
can
about
convince
this
him to
guy?
vote. Nothing. That's why we sent you.
Oh,
Big fire
least-
guy.
The least intimidating one, so we figured.
Yeah, I've
Wow.
tried to talk to him once or twice. He's not interested in me at all.
Yeah, no one here likes John, but you're not like John, so you better vote.
John, the shark guy likes John. I don't
That's
know what
true.
you're
That's a
talking
good point.
about.
I like
Does
John.
anybody have any coals before I go over there? Anything that can burn? pieces
I
of
can
wood?
fucking make some. Or snap off a chair leg and burn it into charcoal.
I think I just want the wood.
You want the
Let me
wood.
check the- Yeah, I
Oi.
do want the wood.
Ow.
I'm pretty sure I have my
Need-
old staff. If you want to take that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mark
He's the
me up.
hottest guy
my-
in the room, to be fair.
Yeah. My old quarter staff.
I actually have a quarter staff. I never use it.
Well, if anybody wants to.
I have
pass
two,
it
so
to-
you can have my wooden one. I don't need it anymore.
Okay, great.
It's a
gonna look
fancy one though.
ridiculous with me dragging it over. I don't care. I'm going for the wood. Okay, well. Yet again. Hi.
Hello.
You don't drink anything, do you?
No. Why
I
would I
bought you
need?
this piece of. You don't need. Yeah, I know you're fire. That's why I was asking. I bought you this piece of wood if you wanted to like consume it.
He just kind of grunts in the idea of him eating wood.
Okay, well, what would you like then?
For you to get out of my face, is that
Okay,
an option?
No, it's not, unfortunately, for you and me. Other than me leaving, and other than me not being annoying, because I don't know how to not do that, what would you like?
For this vote to be over, so I can get
Well-
back to my work.
What is your work?
That is none of your business.
Do you kind of not know what it is? Because I also don't really understand what my work is, but I get money.
He just kind of like a deep sigh of like, why am I talking to you?
He's
Okay.
charmed.
Okay, hear me out. I will leave you alone. Probably not forever, because I'm not very good at that. And I don't like breaking my promises, but I'll leave you alone for a little bit. If we can just, like, have a quick little talk about who you're voting for. And why?
Ignis, I am voting for myself.
Why?
Because as Pirate King, I would have control over the resources and control over the people of this planet. And they would leave me untouched, unmatched during my
I don't
work.
really- I don't really know if that's how that works. They would definitely be pestering you like 24/7. Have you heard of a resource committee?
He just kind of
Because
looks at his almost looks at his one of his crews and is like, "The fuck's a resource?" But not actually saying it out loud. But you kind of get that inference
Yeah.
from the look.
okay, so you could be like part of the people who control the resources and how they're distributed between everybody.
I like this idea.
And with this, much more being left alone than if you were the king. Because if you were the king, everybody, every day, I got this problem, and this person looked at me wrong, and I want to go to this part of town, but I'm not allowed. Can you make it happen? Imagine all of they say is, hey, we might need more water over here, and you can go, well, you don't get more water, go away.
Give me a persuasion check.
I love
This
this.
is a good approach.
This is the best.
So well.
This
A
could not have gone better.
persuasion.
Out of all the things Nathan had planned, they had to convince him.
I did not expect like Ali to come up and like teenage girl this guy into voting for you guys.
Talk his ear off until he agrees.
Yeah.
The long point short of this is that I'll stop annoying you if you.
Yeah, if you vote
The
for us.
filibuster, dude. It's the filibuster.
That is what I'm good at. Hang on a second. Guidance. Is it? What is it? D4.
D4.
21.
Cool. He kind of looks somewhat agreeable and agreeing, and he kind of goes, "So what would one have to do to be resource manager?"
I can pretty much guarantee that position right now, but Azoth would need to be ruler. Otherwise, everyone else would be like, no, I'm in charge of everything. And then they'll get pissy, and then we'll have all these battles again. Azoth is, like, pretty chill, but, like, pretty set in what he's doing. And, like, he really knows what he's talking about. He is so traumatized. Perfect for king.
And then you hear one of the other pirates kind of chime in and go, "Boss, you can't be serious thinking about..." And then Ignis kind of puts his hand up and he goes, "Interesting.
You've already got these people.
Ignis, resource manager."
Could bet you like a golden plaque that says it and everything.
Golden
And that guy already
plaque.
being like whispering in your ear, being like, "No, don't do that." Imagine as king. Oh, I'm glad I'm not being the king because I don't like it. Golden plaque?
Golden
I use-
plaque?
Can I use it?
Golden
Elementalisms? When Ali's saying that and he starts to think about his title appears in smoke above Ali.
In a golden plaque?
Yeah.
Make it gold.
He kind of nods. You essentially have his vote now.
Well
That's
done, Finn. That was
amazing.
so good.
That was fantastic.
Thank you. I'm really good at annoying people into what I want to listen to.
Cool.
I think we've done all we can.
So, last confirmation. You guys want all of the people that you have inferred favor with to vote for
Charpok.
Charcoal.
Twitch.
Wait, no, it's
He comes back.
For Azoth?
Before we continue
Azoth,
with
yeah.
this, can I have one more suggestion? That this is an outlandish one, and it incurs a lot of risk. Say this goes well, and we get all the votes except for Ralmar. Could we challenge him for his vote? And
I would
simply
love that.
say, and then no, but without a reward.
Fight.
We had
You
Ralmar
get to
as
survive.
possibly a backup for King to take down the Myriad. What if we offer him the kingship if he wins, but his allegiance if he loses?
I do not like the idea of giving him any sort of power. I would prefer the opposite, to be honest. If he is not willing to vote and everyone else is, he can either vote with or leave. I don't think he will give up his leadership of his pirate group in order to be that different.
I
Surely-
would challenge him to an arm wrestle like now.
I tried to fight him. Or hug him. I don't really know.
It was one of the two.
Yeah. The fact that
You wouldn't let me.
The fact that he backed down, he did not challenge when Azoth fronted towards him. I don't think he will be that much of a problem.
He could be head of HR.
Yeah.
You guys see Ralmar approach the cup, and he cuts himself and puts his blood in the cup. You hear it, his blood hiss like seawater on a hot iron, flaring a deep blue before vanishing into the froth.
Well, there you go. The
Has
vote
he
has
said
started.
anything?
No, he just voted.
Did the turtle guy say they had to speak the name of
Yep.
who they were voting
In their
for
hearts or whatever.
So he didn't say anything.
He didn't
out
say
loud?
anything.
Or
He just said they have to say who they're voting for.
Yeah, I don't imagine they would have to say it out loud, based on.
as soon as I see it drop, Azoth is going to stand there and kind of like calm himself and just say, "You're absolutely right that strength isn't always muscles. And I looked for a lot of clarity for a long time. That small amount of conversation I had with him or me provided the most clarity that I've ever had. So I envy the time that you had with him. And for whatever happens, I'm going to protect his legacy, regardless of votes. And I'm going to go sit down."
Cool. Which way are you guys having the rest of the captain's vote?
Azoth.
Azoth?
Azoth.
Cool. So,
Does Azoth get to vote?
no, he does
Just
not.
because he's... Oh, okay.
He does
Fine.
not.
I'm gonna though. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cut to say my name.
John?
Me.
Not on the cut.
Can I? I'm just going to keep an eye on body language of all the captains that go up to vote, and I want to know that when we have the final result, especially, is there anyone that we had the idea that they voted for, that they were supposed to vote for us, and they didn't?
Okay. Yep. So you see Ignis take the stand next. He drops his blood in, and it ignites instantly into molten sparks, leaving glowing cracks along the chalice rim before sealing shut. Just give me a general insight check to see for all of them.
That was 18 dice.
Mine was a 26, if that helps.
Cool.
Mine is a 27.
Very, very hard to see how they're voting with body language. Torgal steps up. His blood hits with a heavy splash, glowing like deep sea bioluminescence before sinking, leaving the smell of brine. Yeah, it's very hard to tell how he voted until he turns around and looks at John and goes, and then rejoins his group.
I'll go get 3. Can tell him to give him like a good feast while he's waiting.
Yeah, cool. And you see him like eating like a bunch of different vegetables and fruits. No meat, surprisingly.
There you go.
Lyra then goes up. Her blood swirls into a tiny galaxy within the chalice, stars flickering briefly before collapsing into a single point of light. Thrax then heads up. Blood splatters into rusty flecks, fizzing like acid, briefly staining the chalice rim orange before fading. Plorvix goes up. His blood oozes in gelatinous globules, fizzing as though dissolving stone, before sliding toward his area like the living slime, leaving a small little track on the floor like a slug. Frollo goes up. His blood turns tar black, bubbling thickly, then coils like smoke towards the roof. Squeal's blood crackles with electrical arcs, strings of sound ringing out as it leaps towards the players. As it leaps towards you guys, sorry. Charpok, your headache turns into a migraine. It's that when you begin to hear a voice permeate into your brain. A female voice.
Uh-oh.
And she says, "You know this is not going to work." That is when the light elemental goes up and casts his vote. Dripping. He doesn't touch the chalice at all, but you see Bosun kind of come up with a small vial and tips some blood into there. It glows golden. A beam of warm light briefly illuminating the chamber. You see Mela go up. Her blood unfurls in radiant colors, blooming into painted shapes that drift like ink before washing away. And Otho walks up. No liquid falls, only grey dust pours into the chalice, flaring with ghostly white fire before being consumed in silence.
I feel like there's a Your Mama joke in there somewhere.
Bosun then speaks. The votes have been cast. He then picks the chalice up and starts moving it away. Charpok, you feel that tinge of headache appear again. And you hear the same voice permeate. It says, like I said, I don't think this is going to work. You may try, but... And then it just like fades away for a little bit.
This is the mother's voice, I'm assuming.
Yes, it is the mother's voice.
Thought she was dead. Okay.
Me too. This is feels like it's more of a problem now.
Or she's warning. Okay, keep going.
That is when he moves the chalice away, and the chalice then spits out flame from this large into this large column. Bosun then speaks and says, "We have a unanimous decision. Welcome the new pirate king of Leviathan, Azoth."
A big part of me was going to be
Fuck
like,
yeah.
it's Lyra.
Yeah.
That's what I was waiting for.
Just a left of field vote.
Yeah.
Fuck
Harley,
yeah.
because she doesn't want to be him. I don't
Yeah.
want to be the king. You're the king.
I wanted this.
I'm gonna look at the guy that was mouthing off.
He just kind of looks away.
Likes you.
A win's a
Got a
win.
crush on you.
Now,
I'm
kid.
gonna go over to
Now, kid.
resource manager.
He kind of goes, "I expect my title to come soon, my gold plaque."
Your gold plaque will be ready in.
It's in the mail.
It is. I will do that. But
3 to 4
congratulations,
business days.
resource manager.
Yeah, so you've successfully voted for Azoth to be the Pirate King.
About time.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Another title to add to your long list of
Yeah, man,
of
it's gonna be a
things.
mouthful now.
Can I carve a new rune in you somewhere for it?
Go for it. Yeah, it's gonna be a long ass. What have I got? Azoth, the ruthless father of death and the king of pirates.
Also grim.
Need to also the leader. Yeah.
Also, Dad.
So I'll just sit on the throne, kind of silent, and just look towards all the captains, and just nod.
Yes, Chapo.
After this is announcement, I'm just like, yes! Ah, fuck. And then I try and seep in. Can I try and talk back?
Sure. Go ahead.
So in my head, listening for that sound and trying to find the thread that it's attached to, I say back, we can only try, but you will also be free from sexy Zill. Know that.
She kind of you kind of feel like this presence And almost as if your body's acting on its own, you see your hand kind of come up in front of your face and looking at your hand, and you just hear the voice. Interesting.
Ruh-roh.
Wait, I'm not doing that. Stop.
She just kind of goes, look, I've already lost to him. I'm part of the myriad now. Part of you, I guess. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ah. Okay. No, this is actually not a bad thing.
It's a scary thing.
It sure seems like a bad thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nathan gives and he taketh away.
Yeah.
Here's Pirate King, but also your friend's going to be a bad guy now.
possibly. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so
My other 3 hands slap away that head.
yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for anybody still in watching. We very much appreciate it. Thank you to our 2 sponsors, Stabby John Co. and W.GG. And we will see you soon for the next session of this. Bye-bye now.
3 weeks,
In 3
right?
weeks, yeah, I believe. Yeah, 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, something like that.
Very.
Bye-bye now.
So long.
Bye.
Bye.